Well, it's Christmas, and you're looking at the list of all the things that you have to do: buy gifts, make cookies, go to Christmas parties, do all the Christmas cards, the Christmas letter, and then you're thinking about, oh my gosh, the worst part of Christmas of all, getting together with extended family. When we do that at Christmas, we bring in all the normal family dynamics that are that dysfunction that happens when everybody gets together. It's interesting to me, I've often had people tell me, oh my gosh, I'm like 50 years old. But when I get together with my mother, I revert right back to being that 8-year-old child. Why does that happen? Because we're set in patterns, and those patterns are triggered when the whole family gets together. And then when you add in siblings and uncles and all that mixed together, you just get this whole mixture of juicy dysfunction. I love watching dysfunctional family movies. It's one of my favorite things to do. And some of the very best ones I've ever seen are about dysfunctional family Christmas dinners, where everybody's sitting around the table making their comments and reacting to each other, and somebody's off in their ridiculousness of talking about something crazy that triggers someone else, and then there's this big fight. But, you know, as much as we can laugh about that when we're observing it with another family in a movie, it is not funny when we have to experience it for ourselves. I can tell you from personal experience about Christmases that have been ruined from my childhood and as an adult. And you know what? That is not what I ever want for my Christmas. So what can you do? Well, if you've been listening to my videos for a while, you know, number one, you cannot change other people. You cannot make them do what you want them to do. So you can't sit down this Christmas and tell everyone in your family, okay, you're not going to bring up this issue. You're not going to talk about this. You're not going to drink. You're not going to bring up this argument that you've had with this person. You're not going to react about what's going on over here. You can't do that. You can't tell people that they can't do what they normally do. So what is your option? Well, when you don't have the power to change other people, that's the truth and the reality. But the good news is that you have the power to change yourself. You have the power to make your own choices. So when I talk to you about dealing with dysfunctional family dynamics, I'm talking about you. You deciding how you want your holiday to be and what you're going to do with all those things that you have within your power. So what does that mean? Well, you can control your choices. Now here's something revolutionary. You don't have to go to the family Christmas if you don't want to. Now I know that there'll be a whole bunch of fallout from that and people's opinions, and they're going to tell you what they think, and they're going to be mad, and you're going to get phone calls. It doesn't matter. If you choose not to go to your family Christmas, that's your choice. You can choose to take your family up to a cabin in the mountains, just your immediate family, you, your spouse, your children, your grandchildren, and just bring them somewhere fun and have this intimate Christmas. You can take a trip over Christmas. A lot of people go to, say, Hawaii, or they take a cruise. You can decide if you want to have the dinner in your house or not. Just because you've always done it does not mean you have to still do it. You may have had all of the family over for the last 40 years. Guess what? Today is a new day. If you don't want to do that, you can just say, hey, you know what? This year, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to allow somebody else the opportunity to have it. So, but let's say that you decide you do want to have it in your home. Well, then you have choices. What do you want to serve? Is it going to be potluck, or are you going to do all the work? Are you going to have people sit down at that juicy, big, long table where everybody has these crazy conversations that erupt? Or are you going to do what I do? I put everything out on the bar, and I have it hot, and I put the tables, and it's a nice little line where people can go up and get food when they want, sit where they want, talk to who they want. I'm not controlling people. I'm not telling them when to eat. I'm not telling them where to sit. I'm not telling them who they have to talk to. It works wonderfully. Then I keep it simple. I use paper plates. Now, it took a while for my mom to get used to that one on Christmas. She didn't really like that. She was used to Christmas china, but it was too much work. And I decided paper plates, plastic spoons and forks, paper cups, and you know what? It's fantastic. It's so much easier. So you make the choices. Do you want it at your house? Under what circumstances? Is alcohol allowed or not? You can choose if it's your home. If it's not your home, you can't tell other people what they can do in somebody else's home. But in your home, you can set the parameters. So the other thing then is you have to remember you don't have to please anyone but yourself. You can make choices that make you happy and that make Christmas fun for you and that make it more functional and more enjoyable. So when you're thinking about, oh my gosh, Aunt Mary has this expectation, my sister wants this, my mom wants that, my adult daughter wants this, but my son wants this, throw it all out. What do you want? What do you want your Christmas to be? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to have 3 different dinners because you have family members that don't get along? Okay, if you do and you're willing, go ahead. If you're not, throw it back on those people. You've got your one Christmas dinner. If they choose to come and be together, great. If they don't, they miss out, okay? The other thing is you can change your expectations. You know, you look at all these cards and all these Hallmark movies and all these advertisements, and Christmas is glorious and beautiful and fun and sentimental and smiling and loving. And if you look back at your family and you've got all these problems and all this stress, that hurts. And it is uncomfortable and it's disappointing, but it's reality. So if you go into Christmas and you think, oh, I want to have that perfect Christmas, I want everybody to get along, but you know that people don't, then you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. You're setting yourself up for failure. Don't do it. You control your expectations. Expect people to be who they are. Expect people to do what they normally do. You know what? Go into it with your eyes open and have some fun. Pretend you're watching a movie. Pretend that this is a movie that you've paid to see. Sit back, enjoy, watch what different people do. Don't participate in it. Change your interaction. Watch and see who does what. See when you change your interaction, if it changes it for you. But you can watch and enjoy it and just learn a lot about your family dynamic. You don't have to participate in the family drama. You don't have to fix people. You don't have to control the conversation. You don't have to micromanage what's going on and make sure everybody gets along and make sure the people that don't get along don't sit together. That's not your responsibility. The other thing is that you can change your perspective. Christmas is only one day out of the year. Christmas is not about a perfect family. It's not about a perfect get-together. It's not about a perfect dinner. Christmas is about a world that is just deep in sin and dysfunction, which started in the Garden of Eden, with which God said, I am going to fix that. And the way I'm going to fix that is I'm going to take that brokenness and I'm going to send my son as a baby in a manger. That example of that baby not coming as a king into a royal palace with perfect baby gowns and everything, but lying on a bed of hay in a manger with animals, just showing you just the basic problems that we have in the world, the basic issues, that humble baby that came to say, I'm going to sacrifice myself as God to fix this. So the brokenness that you experience, the dysfunction, only proves that God did need to send his son into the world. So when you think about your Christmas get-togethers, when you think about your Christmas visits and interaction with family members, remember these tips. You can make your own choices. You don't have to please anyone but yourself. You can change your expectations to fit reality so you won't be disappointed. You can change your perspective and remember the purpose and the real meaning of Christmas. You can refuse to participate in family drama, and then you can detach by not taking things personally. When people are doing things, they are not doing them to you necessarily. They're doing them because that is who they are. That is what their issues are. That is what their own personal stuff is about. Look at it and don't absorb it. Just say, okay, that's about what's going on with Uncle Harry. That's about what's going on with Aunt Mary. That's about what's going on with my sister. It might seem like it has something to do with me because of what they're saying, but it doesn't. It's not my stuff. It's theirs. So you don't have to, you can detach and not take things personal. You can keep it simple by making super simple choices and decreasing your stress. You don't have to micromanage conversations and interactions. So remember this Christmas, you can't make other people change, but you have a ton of power that you have over your Christmas by the choices that you make. Now, I would like to wish you a very, very merry dysfunctional family Christmas. Thank you for listening to this video on Change My Relationship, and I hope that you will take the time to look at some of my other videos. Merry Christmas.